coffee?
Cup of coffee, fantastic idea. In the stress experience, it can be full on. You know, it's responsible for many of the lifestyle diseases of the Western world. You know, cardiovascular conditions, strokes, cancer, you know, digestive conditions, you know, osteoarthritic conditions, conditions of inflammation in the body. You know, all those kind of conditions are exacerbated, if not even caused, by stress and the experience of stress. So it's a big thing. And you know, with the informational demands, all the demands we have to face. I mean, I have so many messaging systems on my phone, from Facebook to WhatsApp to, you know, SMS. And I check those every day to see what people are asking me for or want in some way. And we all have to manage that, emails, everything else. There's a huge informational overload, plus all the demands of paying the rent and everything else. So the possibility of people going into some kind of stress experience is pretty massive. Yeah? So having some way of being able to deal with that is almost crucial. You know, if we don't have some kind of way of managing that in our daily life, we're almost doomed to living a life of extreme stress. So a really good way of keeping clear is doing a body-based yoga practice. You know, it keeps the chemicals of stress moving through the system. It releases the tight groups of muscles that occur from stress experience, where they're little tiny muscles around arteries and capillaries, or they're bigger skeletal muscles. Okay, it keeps the visceral fascia where we do stress in the belly, so it keeps all that clear and open. You know, we have all sorts of different physical practices we can do, which keep us from that experience. The other thing about the stress experience muscularly is its flexion, its closure in the body, you know? So what we're doing in yoga a lot is we're opening up and experiencing what it's like to close and to open. So when we start doing the muscular experience of separation, which is the muscular end of stress, we can feel we're doing it, so we can just kind of drop it. I don't want to do that. We have a choice in there. But if you don't know you're doing it, you don't know you're doing it, yeah? On top of that, we've got breath, and the breath is a strategy. You know, you can just pay attention to your breath a few times a day. You know, there's little things you can do that make a radical change in terms of how we experience ourself in relation to other people. And you know, again, a yoga practice brings into the breath so profoundly and so deeply that it completely alters how we see ourselves in relationship to other things. Yeah, and it gives us the capacity to begin to manage our nervous system. So just stopping 4 times a day and taking a few breaks. I mean, you know, the course we're putting out there, the Mind Mastery course, is rich with tips and techniques in terms of how to manage your stress levels. And that's partly why we've done this, to be of help to people. Because most people are riddled, you know, with the consequences of stress on a subtle level. You know, big cities are full of people living stressed out lives. It's tough, you know, and it's an important thing that we get on top of that and work with it. Keep your eye open for them, you know, the course we're doing, which is called Mind Mastery, which is very simple techniques to get on top of and to manage this stress-based lifestyle, which ultimately is an experience of being separate from everything else. Yeah? But we can do that. We can really change our life in a good way.